I just want to go there with an open mind and try and learn as much as possible. There's obviously guys there, Morgan, Russell, Pat Cummins, these guys are the best players in the world, and to share a changing room with them for, I don't know how long the tournament's going to be now. I just think I want to try and pick their brains as much as possible, and if I'm lucky enough to play, then take it as it comes and just enjoy every day.
Thomas Banton is with us all the way from England, our newest knight. First up, welcome to the Kolkata Knight Riders. How are things going with you so far?
Thank you very much. Yeah, they're okay at the moment, but I think I'm finding a lot of things to do, a lot of fitness. This winter's been quite busy. I think I counted, I've been at home 17 nights this winter. So just to get cricket out of my mind at the moment, it's been quite refreshing, and then hopefully when it all starts, I'll be ready to go.
So who from the Kolkata Knight Riders team, when you actually do come and join the camp, are you most excited to meet and to play alongside?
Obviously the likes of Andre Russell and Pat Cummins is obviously really exciting. I watched the IPL last year and Andre Russell obviously did very well, so to learn from someone like him obviously would be really cool. And then there's a few guys, they're quite young, similar, I think they're all my age, Mavi, Nagakoti and Shubman. We used to play those guys a lot when we were younger, so yeah, it'd be good to catch up with them.
Training with Brendon McCullum, learning the tricks of the trade from him, are you looking forward to that as well?
Yeah, no, definitely. He was actually commentating in the Big Bash, and then I went out for dinner with him and Chris Lynn, a former KKR player, the day after the auction. So I met him then, which was really nice. Obviously, growing up, he was kind of someone I looked up to, and then obviously now for him to be head coach is going to be really cool.
Now, in the Under-19 World Cup, Shubman Gill was your rival. Now he's on your side, he's in the same team. What do you make of him? How excited are you to play alongside him?
Yeah, I remember back at the World Cup, though, the Indians used to be a lot better than all of us, so looking up to those guys and playing against them was obviously really cool. It was pretty sure, I think another one of them was, he was doing really well at the time and still is. So yeah, I'm still good friends with all of them. I haven't spoken to them that much, but to play alongside Shubman is going to be pretty cool. I'm really looking forward to it.
Now, with a lot of the greats, we've seen that they've been able to switch on the charge right from the first delivery, especially in a format as dynamic as T20. What are your mental preparations like before you go into a T20 innings?
To be honest, I don't think about any of it at all. I don't sleep that well actually the night before games. I just maybe overthink what's going to happen actually on the day, whether I'm going to get out for no runs or drop a catch. So sometimes I overthink a little bit, which probably isn't too great. But on the day I don't think too much of it. I just think of it as another cricket game. And if I do well, I do well, and then if not, and then hopefully try and learn from what's happened.
You don't think about it too much in the days leading up to the match or on match day, but you made your T20 international debut at the Saxon Oval. When you were walking out to bat, were there any thoughts in your head?
Yeah, obviously it was a lot different. It was more just survive the first ball and get a run. So yeah, I really enjoyed it actually that day. It was obviously very special growing up as a youngster. That's, I think, everyone's goal is to play for their country in whatever sport they play in. So it's obviously a day I'll always remember.
And then you made your one-day international debut in South Africa. Another night, Owen Morgan was leading charge. How was that experience?
Yeah, it was very cool. The ground's beautiful actually as well, and luckily enough my dad was born in Cape Town, so to play there was very special, and to have some family and friends come along was also very cool.
Alright, so talking about your debuts into international cricket for England, have you had to make any mental transitions, or have your preparations changed when now you play international cricket as compared to before?
Obviously, coming into the team, you're playing with the likes of Joe Root, Jason Roy, Morgan, and you see how those guys go about it, and they're all different, to be honest. So I think for me, it's kind of just working out what's going to be best for me on the days leading up to a game. And obviously being young still at the moment, I still probably haven't found that. I've spoken to a few different people about, for example, facing bowlers in the net, so I don't really seem to like doing it. So yeah, for me, I just probably haven't found out what's best for me.
And when you talk of Owen Morgan, anything in particular that you've learned from him so far? Any great advice he's given you?
He always seems to take the positive route, no matter what position you are in the game. And I think for me that's very, very nice to know that you're backed by your team in the changing room. Obviously Morgs has played for a long time, he's got a lot of experience. I remember after my first game for England, I got out playing a shot I've played a lot, and he just came up to me and said, I don't want you to change, I want you to carry on doing that, that's what's got you here. So yeah, it was really nice to hear that.
Now, playing cricket in your early days, your dad played a fair bit of cricket, your brother is an active cricketer. Are there backyard matches? What is the competitive spirit like in the Banton household?
Not so much anymore, obviously. My brother Jacques is 2 years below me, so garden cricket's kind of gone out the window. That was something we used to do when we were younger for about 8-9 hours a day, which was good fun. But Jacques plays at Worcester now. I actually played against him last year, which was quite funny. I ran him out, all fun and games. But yeah, we don't seem to play that much together anymore, which is a shame, but hopefully one day we'll be on the same team again.
You won the PCA's Young Cricketer of the Year, which a lot of English greats have won. That honour, do you recollect that moment and the feelings that you felt when you were actually given the award?
Yeah, it was in the changing room actually at Somerset. Marcus Gothic, who I've worked quite closely with, gave me my nominee award, and then we went down to the awards in London, and I got told actually the day before via a phone call, but I had to keep it very quiet until it obviously got announced. But yeah, it's obviously a very special feeling to be nominated by people you've played against. So yeah, no, it was a very special night.
You've already made your T20 international and ODI debuts for England. Is a test debut on the cards very soon? Is that something that you've been thinking about?
Yeah, I get asked that a lot. Yeah, definitely. I've only played, I think, 10 first-class games for Somerset, so I probably need to play a lot more and actually score some runs in the red ball format, and then you never know what can happen. A few hundreds, and then obviously your name gets talked about. But yeah, I'll just see what happens and stay patient.
Playing these innovative shots, you've said that a lot of the inspiration comes from your time playing hockey. Does any amount of thought go into it when you're training? Do you actively switch on a part of your brain that says, oh, I'm going to be innovative today, or is it just something that comes naturally because you have a hockey background?
It just comes naturally. For me in training, I just like to keep it pretty simple and just hammer the basics really. I don't want to overthink it too much. So it'll be the very rare net session where I'll get Marcus and we'll do a few funky things, but apart from that I just like to keep it pretty basic.
And what is your ultimate goal in terms of being a specialist in cricket? Do you want to be a batsman who also wicket keeps, or a wicket keeping specialist?
No, probably a batsman who has wicket keeping as a second option. I just think this year I've kind of focused a lot more on my batting, which has been good for me, but I also do want to focus on my wicket keeping. It's been tricky this year. I've been so busy. This winter's been hectic. I've not really had a day to stop and think about what I really want to do. But no, I definitely want to do both. So.
Coming back to talking about innovative shots, specifically the reverse scoop. Now, do you have to read what the bowler's going to do before you execute a shot like that, or is it just something that you go on your instincts?
I can kind of read the field. Obviously in T20 cricket, the variations of what bowlers are doing they seem to bowl every single ball you can probably think of. And obviously with different fields they set, I kind of have a little guess, and sometimes it comes off and sometimes it doesn't. So yeah, that's the main thing.
Do you have any goals coming into this season of the IPL, your debut season at the Indian Premier League? Have you thought of maybe a small list of to-do that you want to accomplish? I'm not really one to kind of have a to-do list or things I want to try to achieve. I just want to go there with an open mind and try and learn as much as possible. There's obviously guys there, Morgan, Russell, Pat Cummins, these guys are the best players in the world, and to share a changing room with them for I don't know how long the tournament's going to be now.
I just think I want to try and pick their brains as much as possible, and if I'm lucky enough to play, then kind of take it as it comes and just enjoy every day.
And for all the fans of the Kolkata Knight Riders that are watching you, getting to know you that much better through this episode, what would you like to say?
Thank you guys for listening. Really looking forward to getting over to India and Kolkata. Hope to see you guys soon.